This one, so a little backstory. I actually posted this on Facebook like 10 years ago, and it recently came
Wow.
up as a memory. You know how they do that?
Can I just for half a second? Twan was notorious for hot takes on Facebook like 8 to 10 years ago. There was one every other day, and they were always fun.
And most of it was trolling.
I was gonna say no wonder he came up with this segment because I couldn't come up with anything, and it's just like shit, dude. You guys are like stacking them.
Well,
We get a few. So this is one that actually came up in my memories on Facebook, and I was like, you know what? I think I still agree with it. And the hot take is the song I'm going to say in a second is I think, is the pound for pound best song of all time. And it may not be a hot take because it is widely accepted as being a brilliant, timeless song. And that song is Bohemian Rhapsody. I think it is the best song of all time. You cannot change my mind. Hot takes only.
no, I,
Wow.
I wasn't sure what you were gonna say, and now that you say it, I think to myself, that probably is the best song of all time.
So it's actually not a hot take.
But I mean, it is though because music is so subjective, right? Like not everybody likes Queen, but that everybody knows that song is so ubiquitous. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what it is. Everybody's heard it in some form or fashion, if not the whole thing. Everybody's seen Wayne's World where
I
they
was
do it in
going
the
to say
car.
that is
Oh,
you
yeah.
throw
Like-
that in.
Yep.
And that just elevated it because it brought fresh energy. Because when did Wayne's World come out? Early 90s?
91, 92, yes, early to mid 90s. Yep.
So it gave fresh lungs to it for actually our generation, probably.
Totally. Yep. Absolutely.
I mean, everyone knows it. Everyone sings it. It's really just an epic song. I don't know even.
Well, it hits
lyrics are
every note,
bizarre.
too. Oh, totally. I don't have any fucking clue what it's about, but that's what's awesome. Like it starts off kind of slow. It has this fucking huge crescendo in the middle, and then it ends slow. Like it gives you every little thing you'd want in a song.
Yeah. Yeah. For music appreciation, like it's got the rock element. Like anyone that's into rock or metal, some won't admit it, but it's like
Yep.
they know there's a foundation to that music, and it's like Beethoven and like the real fundamentals of music. So you have like this like almost like closet appreciation for like classical music. And that's why we love like for instance like Metallica does S&M, right, symphony
That was
and
cool,
Metallica,
yeah.
because it's like a hybrid of like metal and symphony. And I've actually personally always liked classical music personally, but it's like that highlights it. And Queen, you were ahead of your time, Twan, because now obviously everyone loves Queen after the movie that came out, which is a fantastic film.
Which I haven't seen. I got to see it.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
it either, but I've heard it's
you haven't
great.
seen it? Oh God, great.
Also named Bohemian Rhapsody, is it not?
Exactly, and it's a great movie. Really well done. I thought it was well done.
I love
yeah,
Rami
I mean-
Malek. He's a great actor.
Yeah, he's a fantastic actor. But ever since that movie came out, like their record sales spiked, and like there's a whole new like fan base that came into the picture that didn't even know, like especially the younger generation that were like, oh, I didn't even know like this band at all. So yeah, you're a little bit ahead of the times there, Twan. But oh man, I think I do agree. I think I have to sit on this, but I think I do agree because it just encapsulates all those different genres in one in such a masterful way. So yeah, I can't contest it because I just can't come up with a better song.
I have a hot take off of this hot take.
Oh shit.
Does anybody have a guess of what my hot take is? You guys have to know. Freddie Mercury is the best frontman of all time.
Ooh.
Ooh, wow.
I know, hard, because there's a lot of really good frontmen. I mean, you could say Mick Jagger, right? You could say Robert Plant. If you're looking at iconic frontmen, you could say Bruce Springsteen. Like there are great frontmen and women for that matter.
Yep.
But who doesn't? Mick started it with some of the flamboyant and the dancing around. Robert
Just a
Plant. Those two
showman.
guys did
Total
a ton
showman.
of it, right? But Freddie perfected it.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Shoot.
Well,
I'm not sure it's the truth, but I think it might be. For me, I think it might be.
what I was gonna say, before you mentioned that, getting back to the song, and I'll tie it back to Freddie, was I get back to like the whole like barriers to entry kind of concept where it's like I can't think of a single other band that could pull off Bohemian Rhapsody. And then
Yeah.
to piggyback on what you just said, I can't think of like who's our equivalent. Adam Levine, like it's not even in the same
we don't have one,
ballpark.
yeah.
It's just
Great.
it
Great
can't
call.
be replicated. I guess that was my comment, not barriers to entry, but
You're right. There's no replication of that song. Nobody is coming out with Bohemian Rhapsody today. And how you even come out with that to begin with is incredible. Like that started as nothing and turned into that. Like insanity. I'm with you. I think it's the best song of all time.
You heard it here first.
I want to agree. I think I do agree. By the way, Wayne's World came out in 92.
92. Nice. I was almost on. I said 91,
Yeah.
92, right? Yeah.
Still Wikipedia as we're on the air here. Yeah, Twan, I think I agree. Fuck, man. You got me. You both got me. Like, I'm trying to disagree because I want to have a little diversity here.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it depends on the mood. Like, there are days that I would probably not want to listen to Bohemian Rhapsody, but just getting back to a music appreciation piece, it hits all the notes, man. It really does.
God. It's so good. Well, you can't help but just listen. Once it's playing, you're like, well, you're not going to skip it.
No, God,
right?
no. Yeah.
Right.
You're like, all right. You like get in the zone. And like you said, I think the Wayne's World thing really gave it that much context.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, it's no longer like you were like part of that era. Now it's like, oh, Wayne's World made it that cool because now it's cool to like this song.
So when did it come out? 80, 78?
70s probably.
Yeah, you look it up.
Yeah, I'm looking it up because I mean, at that point, it would have been only like 12 to 15 years old, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which still kind of gives it like a throwback.
75. So it was almost 18
shit.
years, 17, 18 years old at that point. So it was kind of probably like, okay, it's part of the lexicon. People know it. But then you're right. It kind of, the Wayne's World gave it a little push for our generation because we were 6, 7, 8 years old when Wayne's World was big. So yeah, totally. And I mean, who hasn't been in a car, had the song on and fucking headbanged? Like we all do it.
That's a great point, Nate. Where like that movie, it was no longer a Beethoven-esque song. It was you could equate it with a heavy metal song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
With the finish, it was just put it to another level.
That's great. That's a great call. That's a good hot take. I like that.
Oh, fuck.
And
All
I don't
right,
even think
cool.
it's a
I
hot
agree.
take anymore. Like I think that's it. It's not debatable.
Yeah.
It's lukewarm.
Tepid. Yeah.